near here on Grand Street at this Mexican diner, Grand Morelos. I think we both got nachos, which was the only acceptable thing to get there. He was 18 at the time, I think I was 22. But he looked much older than me, so in order for us to go out drinking at bars, he would have to go in first, order a beer, not get carded, and then I would come in and get carded and drink beer next to him, because he looked older than me. Have you noticed that savage is a word that gets thrown around a lot these days? Between 2006 and 2012, there were two big budget Hollywood movies called, well, they were called The Savages, which was a family drama starring the late Philip Seymour Hoffman. And then there was Savages, which was about some California Latter-day hippies doing cartel stuff. They wore Day of the Dead masks and whatnot. Andrew Colville lived in Philadelphia for a little while at the same time that I did, and we would go to the Red Box. You know Red Box outside of Super Fresh? You would rent DVDs from there. In Super Fresh we got cans of whipped cream and Cheez-Its and conventional steak. And then we brought them home, and Andrew would eat the Cheez-Its, and I would cook myself a steak, and I would berate him for snacking. We watched this Savages movie, just Savages, the one about the cartel, while our girlfriends fell asleep, and he was doing whippets, and I was looking at him like, wow, that looks like fun, but I didn't want to try something like that. It seemed, you know, I'll stick with, you know, because I was drinking beers, you know. Pils is a Pennsylvania company, P-I-L-S. It's a blue type on a white can. Drink a lot of those. You get 30 packs for like $10.99. Seems crazy to say that. It's a good deal, man. Go back and get some of those. Later, we would be at the L Bar, which is in Philly. There's an elevated train, and so underneath it, there's a bar called the L Bar. And again, after our girlfriends had gone to sleep, we went over there one night. You get the citywide special. It was a beer and a shot for $3.50. Sitting at the bar. Maybe we were at a booth. He looked over to me. He said, "You know what, Zachary?" That's what I went by at the time, Zachary. He said, "I feel like we can really be ourselves here, you know?" That I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I am myself all the time when I do the dumb, normal shit I always do. I am this fucking normal asshole. You know? I'm a racist alcoholic. That is who I am. I said, fuck you. And then he died, stopped drinking, and so now I bought some whippets when I ran out of drugs, and I took them home. What you do is there's this thing called a cracker that you connect the CO2 or whatever it is, nitrous thing to, and then you're supposed to like connect the balloon to it real quick. The balloon has a rubber band attached to it. I feel like you can just suck it straight out of the canister, but they say your lips will freeze. I don't know, I couldn't get anything out of it. But when I think about the fun I saw him having, I'm just glad he got to have it. I'm glad I got to be there. There's a lot of stuff like that, you know? Doesn't it seem like there's a lot of stuff like that? More and more as time goes by. He was obsessed with stupid fashion clothing. Have you heard of this Supreme company they've got now? Do any of you know that last year a 49% stake in that company was sold to a holding company that makes most of its money through weapons? So that's what it means when you see Supreme. Andrew didn't get a chance to learn that, but I do, and so to honor his memory, I feel like I have to shit on everything he cared about. It's what he would have wanted. He kind of did the same shit. Earlier today, on that wall, me and David noticed that you could still see where him and his friends spray painted something on New Year's 2014. Him and his friends spray painted, "The Bible says fuck God." And it's still, you can see they had to pay to power wash it. You can still see it. We were so mad at him for that. That wasn't all he did. They were spray painting in cars out there. And me and Dave were like, fuck you, that's private property, man. Somebody has to fucking pay taxes for that shit or whatever, man. Fuck that, Cole was right. Cole did a lot of terrible shit. You know, we all did bad shit. I'm glad he's dead. Wish I was dead. But we're here right now. Make the best of it. I took a lot of notes. I don't know what else I got. Frank Ocean is an independent artist, so in theory when you support him, you aren't supporting like Universal Records, which is part of a larger holding company which makes most of its money through weapons. You're not doing that when you support Frank Ocean. But you are giving money to a man who has more than enough money to live on. So what does he do with this money? It's probably in a bank, right? What do banks do? Read between the lines, sheeple. I made a list of the first people that came to the party. Connor, Jock, Dave, Austin, Miles, and then I kind of lost it. Should I sing a song? Yeah. What's a song Andrew would have liked? All right, I think that was good. I thank you all for coming. I think it's a good magazine.